So tell us about your role when it comes to the Spellmaster and a Vision of Change.
Basically, my role is to make sure that we cover the Ohio academic standards.
Okay.
We do several different things. We pre-test the students so we know what level they're on when they walk into our program. And we do several informal assessments, because just playing the game itself, that's an informal assessment.
Okay.
You know, and the children, you know, they're assessed often, but it's not as strenuous as test taking.
Right.
You know, but we know that we can tell when they're developing more in their math skills or their recall, comprehension, their speaking skills, and things of that nature.
That's great. So how did you get involved with the program?
Well, I was a 5th grade teacher at Euclid Park, and Mr. Martin came in with the program, and we were different. You know, at that time, the students wanted extra little things to do, and sometimes teachers felt it did not, you know, the monotonous writing the spelling words 50 times or 25 times, it wasn't working.
Okay.
He came in with his concept, and we had a principal at that time who said, well, let's give him a try. And the kids loved it. They went to the competition. They have this huge trophy that's taller than I am.
That's wonderful.
I mean, it was really a fun experience, and that was, oh my goodness, that was around 2000 when I met them.
Now, I know we talked about off camera that it helps children with ADHD and LD and stuff like that. Could you speak about how this Spellmaster learning tool helps those children?
Well, the fact of the matter is, some of these students that with the labels or whatever of that nature, people write them off.
Right.
But their brain is still moving.
It just works in a different way.
Exactly. Okay, what we try to do is work with them at their level. Once we work with the students, we give them some sort of success. Some of them, their math skills may be intact, but they might not be that well, you know, they might not do well with the spelling.
Okay.
You know, so we'll emphasize the math with them more so than everything, you know, all the other things. But, you know, once we get them comfortable with the program and, you know, they feel successful, their team is cheering them on. And so it's just a good feeling. It's a good thing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So now we're here joined with Ms. Davis, the Spellmaster, Word Learning Tool, and Mr. Martin. He's about to jump out of his shoes to explain this Spellmaster. So, Mr. Martin, would you please explain the Spellmaster to our viewing audience?
Okay, and I'm going to use and piggyback off Miss Davis since she spoke up a 5th grade level.
Okay.
Okay, use your imagination for a moment. We're in a 5th grade classroom, 24 kids. What we would do is each color represents a team. I would put six kids on the team. First thing we do by show of hands is ask what multiplication factor we want to be challenged on. If they say multiplication factors of 4, that means this black arrow represents nouns, the beige arrow represents verbs. You would have to have a minimum of 4 letters in your word and at least 4 words in your sentence, because there's 3 things you have to do. And I'll go through the steps of that. Again, we're doing multiplication factors of 4 for 14. First team does a turnover card. Well, let's get a good number. They would have to tell me what 4 times 6 is. Then once they tell me what 4 times 6 is, they would have to give me the multiplication factors. So they would tell me 4 times 6 is 24, then give me the multiplication factors of 24, which would be 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Keep in mind, at any given time, anyone use the words ain't, can't, or y'all, first team hollers challenge, takes control of the board from that team. Whatever prizes, gift, or money they just won goes to the team that called them on the challenge. Second thing they would do, again, black arrows for noun, beige arrows for verb. We tend to die. They would have to give me a 4-letter word that begins with P that pertains to a noun. A minimum of 4 letters. The more letters in the word, the more points you receive. Once they give me a word for P, they would then have to give me a word for D, which would be the verb. Now, when we're doing the verb sounds, we challenge them on their ending sound, such as ing, ed, or est. For today's sake of today, we're using the ing. So, if I was a child, I would use the word play and spell it P-L-A-Y. Then I would say dancing, D-A-N-C-I C-E-I-N-G, and then use them both in a sentence within the 90 seconds time given. Once they've done the multiplication, the noun, the verb, and the sentence, they then get to come up to the word Spellmaster and pick a bonus question. The bonus questions usually go anywhere from $1 to $4. The bonus questions is based on the story that we read to them when the game first started, to challenge them on retaining information. If we're in a classroom 2 days a week, every day, if we're like, for example, they're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesday they would get a story, Thursday they could get a story. Every week the preceding story would come with the next week. So at the end of an 8-week program, 2 days a week, they'll learn 16 new stories and topics.
All right.
That's the basic concept of it. We have 5 levels per grade level. It goes from nouns and verbs and multiplication to division, pronouns, and adverbs. From division, pronouns, and adverbs, it might go to rounding off decimals and prepositions and consonants.
That is wonderful. That is just absolutely. So, Ms. Davis, I can just imagine being a 5th grader in your class and the Spellmaster time. So, tell us a typical day or how does Spellmaster incorporate into your classroom?
Okay, the best part about it, no matter what time he came, it would be the appropriate time, because if he came, it varied. If he came during science time, we can customize it to science lesson.
All right.
Okay, if he came during the math, there's a lot of math. The vocabulary in math is one of the major reasons why a lot of students don't do well on the OAT and the OGT.
Okay.
The vocabulary aspect of math is critical.
So those word questions, like if I was going 15 miles an hour and got to point A. Okay,
yeah, but things like that, but just the straight vocabulary, like words like quadrilateral, integers, things of that nature, the students need to know. They need to be able to use them in sentences. They need to know how to spell them also.
Okay.
You know, but it was just exciting because we didn't think that the students were really absorbing a lot of these things, but when you add the game aspect to it and the fun aspect, they would go home and study, you know, because they wanted to come back and they wanted to be the person who won for their team,
right,
or came up with the most challenging word, or the math, you know, the math aspect of it. Oh, great!
That is wonderful. That is so wonderful. Mrs. Davis, I'm excited about the Spellmaster. Again, tell our viewing audience how they can contact you, and if they want to have Spellmaster come to their school, their church, their group, and or organization.
Again, you can contact us at area code 216-271-4104, or you can reach our email, which is
located at the bottom of the screen.
Located at the bottom of the screen. But again, we would like to thank you for allowing us to come out. From this moment on, I want you guys to know it is Spellmaster time from now on in the city of Cleveland. Please call your schools, ask them, you want your school to be a part of the Spellmaster program, you want your church, you want your street, you want your family, or you yourself just want to be a part of the program. Please come down, because I guarantee the worst that can happen is you like it.
All right, now we want to thank them for being a part of our show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Davis, and thank you, the viewing audience, for tuning in. Again, the information is located at the bottom of your screen, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a great day.